Oh, it's Davin and Anna live on Facebook and YouTube. Please share, comment, subscribe to everything we do. And make sure you follow us first on Facebook because we have a lot of stuff to cover.
Oh, yeah, lots of stuff to cover.
And we're back. We've taken a little bit of a hiatus from the show, and now we've decided to finally come back and start doing things again.
Well, we've always been here. We've just been...
We took a hiatus. We took a little break, and we have a lot of cool stuff to talk about today. There's going to be a lot more stuff coming up in the future as well. So,
and thanks for the groovy music, by the way.
Thank you. You're welcome. That is. So tell your friends about the show. Okay, so we're going to start off with something that Anna absolutely loves.
It is?
Yes.
Oh,
Anna,
what is it?
I'm going to draw your attention to our monitor over here, Anna.
Yes.
If you'll notice, and everybody can see on the full screen, the spotted owl.
My favorite birds.
It is your favorite bird. Z.
All the owls.
The owls.
All the nocturnal. Yeah.
Okay, so I got a question for you.
Oh, he's beautiful. Thank you.
Isn't he just?
Yeah.
Isn't that a lovely owl?
It is a lovely owl.
How much do you love that owl right there, Anna?
Well, I mean...
How much are you in love with the owl?
Is he a criminal owl? Are we dealing with a criminal?
No, he's not
owl?
a criminal. Let's look at this owl one more time really quick. And for everybody watching right now as well, we'll put this up here for you really quick.
You know what?
What?
I think I know where you're going with this.
Do you really?
I think I do.
I don't think you have a clue where I'm going with this.
I do. That's not a real owl.
No, it's absolutely a real owl.
It is?
Look closely at the owl.
Yes.
Tell me if there's anything that you see that is, interesting or otherwise.
Yeah, his eyes.
His eyes?
What's going on? What kind of trickery is this?
It's not trickery at all.
Effery.
I'm about to get into two things that I know you love absolutely the most.
Okay, I don't think I'm liking this.
No, you're going to love this. This is a great story. Okay, so you remember the owl, right? There's the owl. We just said the owl.
Of course. I see the owl.
Okay, so if you had to choose between that owl or this handful of weed.
What are you talking about? Whoa.
That handful of weed.
Well, hello there.
Or this owl.
All right, now where is the weed from? No, I'm just...
It's Northern California weed.
Northern California weed.
It's California weed. It's some of the best bud you can grow.
Oh, I think I'd pick the owl.
This weed versus that owl. Now, we know that you suffer from RA, and so you absolutely have to have your weed all the time.
You know what, though? No, I'd pick the owl.
You'd choose that?
Yeah, of course I would.
You'd choose that over the weed?
You know I would. Yes, I would choose the... Yes.
You'd pick some damned owl over your own well-being because you have to have this stuff to help you with your joints and things.
Yeah, I don't care, though. It's a living creature, man. I'll get something else. Something will come along. I can't. It's an owl. No! Whatever it is, that handful. No, man.
So researchers found that the northern spotted owl and the barred owl are being exposed to high levels of rat poison.
What?
Yes. Because apparently the growers in California with their weed fields, their marijuana fields there, look at that lovely bud. Apparently what's going on is they have to put the poison out there to keep the rats out of the fields. And so now the owls are going and, they prey on the rats, of course.
Right.
So they get the poisoned rats, and now the owls are being poisoned because of the marijuana fields up there in California.
Oh, that's not right.
Which now it's, of course, totally, recreationally illegal across the state and everything. So
right.
You just knocked over your fan down there.
I did. But no one has to know about that.
So, if you had to choose
flames
between,
start going up, don't worry about it.
And by the way, feel free to comment on our wall as well as you.
Dude, that's really okay. Now,
don't be mad at me. I'm not the one who wrote the story.
I'm not mad at you. I'm just simply saying. I mean, there's got to be like.
Lori in Boston says she would choose the weed over the owls.
Yeah, but
the weed, this much weed.
Yeah. You know what though? You can grow it indoors,
or
and
the
you
beautiful
can,
owls.
You can protect yourself from the rats and all the pests. All the pests like that. There's other ways.
Are there?
Yeah, trap them, man, or I don't know.
Trap the rats?
Get a little, I don't know, dig tunnels. For years I've been digging tunnels to get weed in. Let's get the rats out.
I was going to say open a Korean restaurant and serve rat. Don't they serve rat over there?
What's St. Patrick? Was he snakes? Yeah.
Snakes.
Yeah.
What have you already had the weed?
So probably. What? I'm just trying to save it. Just trying to find someone. Isn't there a superhero that can save the weed?
Save the weed or the owls?
Yeah, and get rid of the rats. That's really, when you think about it, getting rid of rats in California, I mean, that has so many different,
Yeah. I know, right?
Ways of looking at that,
Yeah.
you know?
No. So anyway, there
Well,
it is.
thank you for disappointing
So
me
now
on
you've got
that.
people in California that have to choose between the weed or the owls. They don't know which one to advocate for the most.
No. We have to advocate for a different way, a humane way to get rid of the rats.
So you got the owl advocates now fighting against the weed advocates in California.
I'm
They're
not
going
going to
crazy.
fight over it.
Sure you are.
No, because I don't live in California.
Right. Well,
No, I think seriously, this is a problem. This is a real big problem. And so, of course, it comes back to, it's California. Hello? You guys are the ones who, didn't you invent the weed juice or whatever the hell it is? Wheat germ juice? The shots of wheat germ?
yeah, the wheat germs.
That nobody likes?
Yeah, it tastes terrible. I had some of that.
So
The
come
grass.
up with some other way of killing or getting rid of, or how about moving them out somehow?
Yeah.
You know?
What, move the owls or move the weed?
No, they protect other trees and other plants with certain, things at the
Right.
base and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. Get some electrical freaking zap. They go away.
Right.
Like in what was it? Jurassic Park.
I don't know. Yeah, that might work.
Now
Like a
you're
little
feeding-
mini rat electric fence around the weed around
Well,
the
now you're
hemp farm.
feeding the owls and big old fat owls, and then they'll be like, okay, the owls are like so fat. Like we
Right.
have obese owls in California because now they have dead rats. See, it never ends.
Right. So it's the 20th anniversary of Titanic. Can you believe it's been like 20 years since Titanic came out with James Cameron?
You're
Titanic.
just bringing me down all the ways today, aren't
I know, we're
you?
making you feel very very old.
nice.
Give me your My Heart Will Go On song. Near, far. Okay, you got that? Okay, so there are some secrets to that movie that have never been before revealed.
Ooh, is it about Leonardo?
It's about a lot of things that
And all
were
the
going
chicks
on.
that he
No, it has nothing to do with any of the sexual harassment stuff. We got some of that stuff
No,
coming up on our
I don't
show
think he's
later
like
on
that.
this week.
I don't believe he's that way.
I don't think he has to harass
There's
anyone.
no harassment.
It goes the
He's
other
like,
way.
do you want to go out with me? Yes, I'm a supermodel. Boom. That's what it is. He doesn't go for, he's just like, are you a supermodel? No, I won't date you, nor will I harass you.
All right, so I'm going to ask this to our viewers out there right now. If you could cast anyone except for Leonardo in his place, who would you choose? And I'll tell you somebody they were considering, but James Cameron was adamant about having Leo in there instead of this person.
Okay.
And it kind of goes back to the weed comment, as a matter of fact.
Really?
Yes.
Matthew McConaughey?
Matthew McConaughey, exactly.
Yeah!
You win the prize.
I do, because I'm a pothead. Yeah.
You win a brand new washer dryer.
I don't want that.
Okay. You win a
look at that.
spotted owl.
Yeah, there you go.
No, they were going to cast Matthew McConaughey, but James Cameron was like,
Okay.
no, dude, I definitely want, Leo in there instead.
Okay, because I knew it wasn't Woody Harrelson.
No.
I was like,
no.
he's not like gonna.
No,
Could
he
you
was like,
imagine?
that was around his Natural Born Killers time or something like that.
No, but you wouldn't.
1997.
But you said pot, so the automatic other
Yeah.
person banging on bongos in the middle of
Right. Hey, Stuart, how you doing? Stuart's watching us. Where are you watching from, Stuart, by the way? And if you comment on our wall, tell us where you're watching from, too, because I want to know where everybody's at, because we're all over the world right now, and in America and, of course, New England and everything. So that's one thing. We originally wanted Matthew McConaughey, and then Robert De Niro was actually offered a role as the ship's captain. I don't know.
I could have seen that.
He would have been a good ship's captain, but the problem was he turned it down because he had a gastro infection.
Really?
Yeah, he had the shits or something was going on.
Oh, so he was afraid like maybe some of the scenes he actually might have,
Yeah, no.
But
it
I
was
think that would have been realistic if he, crapped his pants in the middle of Titanic. I mean,
Right.
that would have been so real. That would have been like, no, Bobby, come. You know what I'm saying? Let's shoot the.
Well, who would be the first
shots.
mate? Would they then cast Joe Pesci as the first mate? I see an iceberg right ahead.
Women first. Pa pa pa. It's like right there.
You talking to me?
I got a boat, just like that.
Right?
Oh my God! Could you imagine?
That would have been a completely different show if they had De Niro in there for the ship's captain.
Imagine that. Hardly anybody would have gotten back that weren't Italian, like all the other people.
And this movie was so successful, we all know it broke all kinds of box office records.
Right.
But extras from the movie are still being paid residuals from Titanic. As of last year.
The guy hanging for like.
Yes, exactly. One of the unnamed passengers as of
Right.
last year earned $30,000.
Wow.
Last year, which was still enough to pay for his car and college tuition and
That
so
is
forth.
so cool.
Yeah, right? Like if you were on Titanic, you were on you were set. I mean, you're
What the
making
hell
some
does he do? He sits in the house like all day long. He's
I'm the crying guy holding onto the rail. And I just cashed a $30,000 paycheck.
right.
Right.
Still lives with his mom.
And James, I don't know if you knew this. Now she holds a bit of a grudge against James Cameron because
I think he's just a womanizer and he's a
womanizer and a cheat and all that stuff.
He sure is. Yep.
So it turns out, and I got a graphic of James Cameron here with Kate Winslet there.
Ooh, it makes me barf. Look at him.
So anyway, it turns out that she says that he has like the hottest temper, and she was genuinely afraid of him.
Yeah,
sometimes.
I believe it. Look at him. He looks like a little wimpy. Like he looks like the guy who wears jeans that are way too tight for his ass.
You think so?
Oh, good.
Hey, Stuart's watching from Maine.
He does.
How's it going up there in Maine?
I remember Stuart. I
Yeah,
do. Yeah.
Okay.
Hi. Is it really freezing? Probably so, right? Yep. That's yes.
So she was like genuinely afraid of him, and where the scenes where Jack sketches Rose in the nude, it's actually James Cameron's own hand filmed sketching. He also personally drew an entire picture of naked Kate Winslet, but she was wearing the bathing suit to protect her modesty at the time. But he was actually the one doing, some of the sketching in that scene where you see the hand going. That's actually Cameron's hand making a little cameo.
Really?
Does that interest you?
Because here's an image of my face being surprised. Okay, there you go.
So the other thing is that scene where they're all like, in the water there.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
really cool. What do you mean? At the end?
Yeah. Towards the end, let me see if I can find the graphic for you guys to watch. Yeah, everybody knows this one here. Where they're freezing their asses off.
Yes, that one. That one that never made any freaking sense to me. To this day, makes no sense.
So Kate Winslet insisted on not wearing the bodysuit underneath, like the scuba suit, because she wanted to have authentic chills because they kept the water at like 80 degrees.
She's English, authentic chills. So, she's like, this is like bath water. Really, it is.
So a lot of these guys, including her, she actually caught hypothermia.
Oh, my God. For real?
Because James Cameron insisted that they all stay in the water because it was costing them a ton of money to make this movie, as a matter of fact.
Oh, my gosh.
In fact, what they used was they bought a 40-acre plot of land in Mexico, and they built a 17 million gallon, 90-foot deep tank.
I never knew that.
Because
look at you with the facts, coming with the facts tonight.
Because they didn't use CGI. This was actually a real mock-up of the ship right here in that 17 million gallon tank.
That is amazing.
That's why this movie costs so much freaking money.
Does that still exist somewhere? I'm sure it does, doesn't it?
It's got to. They got to make like a theme park out of it or something.
That, or you're driving through like Idaho one day and you just see like the Titanic in someone's yard because they wanted an auction.
And then, yeah, right. So it's somebody's house now, Yeah. Hey, man, I bought it. I don't know why he talks like that, but whatever. Kate Winslet was not the first choice for that role either.
Yeah, I believe that.
You believe that? It was. They were actually looking. Said that some people were laughing, some were crying, some were throwing up. 1 minute I felt okay. The next minute I felt so goddamn anxious that I wanted to breathe into a paper bag. And it's like all this crazy stuff going on because somebody threw some PCP into the clam chowder up there. Probably someone from Maine. I bet it was Stuart.
Right, right. It was Stuart. Okay, so that's one of the best facts you've written.
Yeah.
I mean,
I didn't write it. I'm telling you.
You've read.
I didn't just go and research the whole cast of the Titanic and come back to do the show today.
Sorry, I'm just giddy because it's funny. I just keep thinking of like all the different situations.
Right?
That could have,
come
happened. Out of that.
Yeah.
The water is fire. The water is fire the whole time. And they can't film.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the water's fire. Like everything is like,
and Leonardo was devastated due to a death. He had a pet lizard that got out on set and it got crushed by a truck, crushed his pet lizard. And that's not, double entendre or anything. I'm saying it really, his pet lizard got killed and he was really upset. So he could actually.
I'm trying to be serious
He could bring up that scene.
You could have not said that before the PCP. I can't take it seriously now.
I know.
The hell, man? You sure it was a real lizard?
So whenever he's doing.
Was he on PCP?
Yeah, so exactly. So when Leonardo's doing this scene right here with Rose, he's thinking of his dying lizard to conjure up the tears, the real tears, because he lost, Sparky the lizard or whatever the lizard's name was. Paco, yeah, Paco the lizard. I'm just saying that's what happened. For real.
Oh, David.
What?
I just can't.
You can't what?
I mean, that's sad.
I'm just telling you what happened. Lori Ruiz is blown away by that. She's commenting on the wall.
I know.
Dying laughing over the lizard, aren't you? Near, far,
the lizard.
wherever you are.
You have to superimpose the lizard's face up there.
Licking all around. I've lost her. She's gone for the rest of the show.
Jack's lizard.
Okay, so there's a new cat that you can now get. You love cats, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Everybody, have a look at this cat nice and close. Tell me what you think about this cat really quick. What does he remind you of? Does this cat remind you guys of anything? It's
a cat?
It's a new type of cat. Look at him closely.
I don't know. He kind of looks like a monkey.
A little bit?
A little bit. He's got some funky, I don't know. He kind of looks like he's got Hugh Jackman arms.
Hugh Jackman arms.
And Lemez. I mean, you have to
Right, of course.
Qualify that. I don't know.
This
what
is a new cat breed recognized.
Should I be scared?
By the American Kennel Club. It's the werewolf cat.
Oh, crap. Jesus.
Look at him. Look at those legs.
I was just going to say, that is some mighty fine legs he's got there. And I would have that cat. I would adopt it.
You would have the werewolf cat.
Sure, definitely.
You're creepy.
So
creative.
So creative.
Because that's what you do when you're on PCP. You call him Wolfie.
I still think the lizard was just a figment of PCP.
Well, no, that happened before the PCP.
Of course it did.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Yeah.
Of course.
Sure it did. Right.
Okay, so there's something new on the market that you can get at KFC. Actually, KFC is touting their new. They have a new cocktail that they're pushing.
They're cocktail at KFC?
Well, they're promoting. Now, wait, before you get too excited about this, this is a real thing. They're actually promoting.
No, is it like a Southern thing? It's KFC.
Do you want to take this? Her daughter's calling us in the middle of the show.
Sure, why not?
Talk to her. All right,
I can do everything.
This is what happens whenever we have the.
I'm the mom. I'm the mom.
Come on, answer it before she hangs up.
Mom. Okay, here we go.
She's over with some friends. They're playing D&D tonight while we're doing the show.
What's going on?
Tell her she's on the show right now.
Yeah, nothing much here. Just doing a show.
Sit back. You're on camera.
No problem. So you playing D&D?
This is our life.
Oh, so what you doing? You're sitting. Looking on your computer. At what now?
Just to ask her when she's coming
home.
home.
Are you done, like, making believe you're an elf from outer space?
This is what happens to our lives.
You do?
We have a real life as a married couple, and then our daughter calls all of a sudden.
Are you coming home, or do you want me to go pick you up?
Oh, here we go. This is
That's
not what
you're
I intended
asking
for the show
about.
today.
All right, do you want me to just pick you up at 6?
Where's my technical difficulties graphic? I'm going to just chat with the people on Facebook right now.
Okay, well then I'm just going to whatever you're werewolfing or whatever that gypsy moth, whatever you said. Okay. Hey, can they bring you home? Seriously?
I'm just chatting to you guys on Facebook chat right now.
All right, then they can bring you home. Okay, bye. What the?
Okay, you got it squared away?
Yeah.
Is she coming home at some point?
Some cave thing.
I've learned that when you have a teenage daughter, you must answer the phone because you never know what might be on the other end of that call.
Well, D&D went well, apparently.
That's good. Good to know. And now all of our viewership just fell off, so that's fine.
There you go. That's great.
Thank you, Isabel, our daughter. Okay, so KFC, they've got this new gravy-infused alcoholic beverage that
Okay,
they're
slow
encouraging
down.
people to try.
Whoa.
Yes, I said it. Gravy infused cocktails. They released a video on how to make 3 varieties of this new kind of drink: Gravy Mary, Southern Twist, and Finger Lickin' Sour, with the tagline, "Gravy's so good you can drink it." And there's even a promotional video to go along with that.
Okay, so I used to work at KFC. You knew this, right?
I knew this.
Yeah, of course.
Right.
So, no.
No, you don't see it?
No, I don't want to drink it. There is nothing, and here's the thing. Remember the story about the PCP? Like, I've seen people drink the gravy without alcohol. You know what I'm saying?
Before you go any further, watch this. Tell me if it changes your mind.
All right, go for it.
An old bartender once told me a good drink needs good liquor. Well, I told him that a great drink needs gravy. Gravy cocktails. Gravy so good you can drink it.
And then you can go right to the bathroom. What do you think?
Oh, wow.
Gravy's so good. Yeah.
Wow.
Thoughts?
That is just absolutely crazy. Who are we trying to get in there now? That's just disgusting. That is so gross. I can just feel my arteries just like clogging up as I think about it.
In a totally unrelated story, this bride and groom were fat shamed in Ohio. Whenever their photographer, they took their wedding photos. They paid them $150 to take their wedding photos, but they're really pissed off because the wedding photographer photoshopped them a little bit thinner. They gave them about a 30-pound, deficit in their true weight. If you can see the original picture,
I do see it.
that's the one on the right is before the gravy cocktails. The one on the left is after the gravy cocktails.
Okay.
So they're really upset because they think that this wedding photographer is fat shaming them for their bodies because she went to the trouble of photoshopping. Now that's actually a lot of work. It doesn't look like much, but it's actually a lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
To
That's
do that.
why I'm asking, why did she do it? They didn't ask her to.
No, she weren't asked to, but she wanted to make them look better. So she thought, okay, I'll give them both a little bit leaner looks so that they'll look better in the picture. I mean, I don't know. Would you be upset about that? I would be.
Who's the photographer?
Just some chick. I don't know. Some female photographer.
Okay, female photographer who might not see this video, but I hope you do.
Okay, here we go.
Here's the thing. Just don't. Don't give anybody anything more, and don't make them look any better, and don't think you're making them feel better by making them look better. And here's the other thing. If you're trying to be nice, don't. Because if they ask you to take a picture, take the freaking picture. And then when they get back, if they're unhappy, then they're unhappy. But just take the picture. Don't make them look like eraser people.
Okay, wait a minute. If you were as heavy as these folks, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Honestly, look at them there on the left.
Right, I see them.
Okay, and then on the right.
I see them again.
Okay.
What's your point?
Would you really be upset if they gave you a little bit better of a waistline? I mean, would that really bother you? I would be like, dude, my $150 was well spent. Look how much better we look. Because that's actually
Have
quite a
they
bit of
ever
work.
looked that way?
I'm sure they did when they were 12 or 14 or so. I'm just saying, it takes a while to get that big. You don't usually just get that big.
You see where we're going with this? Like, the woman thought she was doing something that was good.
I think she was trying to help them, and now she's all upset, and they're blasting this photographer all over the internet for fat shaming them.
She was trying to help them?
Well, she did post on a social media thing that she had to take these wedding photos of these morbidly obese people.
She did?
Yeah. And
she did?
Yeah, so they're upset about that.
You see where I'm digging? You see how my shovel works? You see my shovel? It's invisible. It's like Wonder Woman.
Right.
You know, she has the invisible plane. I have
Right.
the invisible shovel.
Right.
You probably don't see my hands, but
Okay, so what's your point?
my point is don't. My point is don't. Hi, would you like to take a photograph of me? Yeah, I would love that. Okay, great. Will you pay me? Yes. Okay, done. See how that worked? Like, I took the picture, she paid me. Done. Because these days it don't matter. Like, if you want to be nice, people are gonna get on you. If you want to admit to something, they're gonna get on you. If you ask them for help, and they'll tell you exactly what you're doing wrong, and you're like, well, you're gonna help me? Oh, I ain't got time for that. I got people to see. Well, don't tell me what you're doing. See what I'm saying? Like, you can't do anything right. She was trying to help, but she wasn't helping. She was causing even more of a problem.
But that's a lot of extra work.
Exactly. She could have been somewhere else that day, perhaps having Starbucks or, I don't know, working out, since she likes to take fat off of people. Perhaps she could be working out herself. Maybe that's what she could have done.
I want to know.
instead
I want to know what the photographer looks like. That's what I'm curious about.
Still don't care.
I don't have a picture of her, but I wonder.
The point is, just do your job, like Bill
Right.
Belichick says. Just do your job and get it. Because I'm not even trying to be there. I mean, I've tried to be nice to people, and they come back with, "Well, can you do more?" What?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Or I've done something nice, and then they'll come back with that. I didn't
Right.
ask you to do it.
Right.
Ooh, I love that one. When you're nice to someone and because you want to be friends and stuff, and you're like, look, this is what real people do. They are nice to you, and then they come back with, well, I never asked you to do that.
Right.
That makes you feel so warm inside.
Hey, look, it's our werewolf cat. Get out of here, buddy.
Anyway, I don't know what you think, but I think that she should have just take the money and run.
Right. Speaking of Belichick, we got playoffs this weekend.
And
Pats.
who's in them?
Let's see. I think it's the Patriots again. Jacksonville. I don't think Jacksonville has any business on the field with the Patriots, quite honestly.
You know why I love owls?
Why?
Because they would say, who?
Who?
There's just no dat at the end. Sorry.
What do you think? Score.
And I like the Saints.
Let's predict the score. I know you like the Saints.
I said I like the Saints, but
Oh, yeah.
no dat.
All right, so predict the score.
Predict the score.
Yeah.
I don't do that.
Pats Jacksonville. What do you got?
I can't.
Come on, predict a score. Give me a score.
All I
You guys
know
comment
is
on the wall if you want to predict the scores for the
I just
weekend.
want to skin some cats. That's all I want. I want to wear a coat. I want a jaguar coat, darling.
Who do you think's going to? All right, what do you think the score is going to be? Come on, give me something to go on. Let's make a prediction here. I'm going to say 35-21, Pats. That's what I got. I think we'll hang 7 touchdowns on it, or 5 touchdowns on it. Sorry, 5, maybe 7. Come on.
I can't. You
guys
want to
make a prediction?
It's a jinxie thing. I can't do it.
You
I
can
can't. You know I don't.
Comment on the wall if you have
I don't. I'm going to root for my Pats as strong as I can. Going to light my candles of hope, red, white, and blue, and then put up it's always up, my American flag that hangs over our, balcony thing. And, just have good thoughts. And that's it. That's all you can hope for. I don't like doing that. It just makes me feel oogie to put numbers down and stuff. I just want
to
them to
put
win.
numbers down that makes you oogie, really?
No, I just want them to win. I just want them to do well.
Okay, so in North Carolina, there was a bit of trouble. I know, right? There was okay, I'm going to just tell you the story
Once
here real
again,
quick.
surprise face.
Right.
All right.
No, so in North Carolina, a cemetery that's over 100 years old was accidentally bulldozed this last week.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, there was a developer there trying to, planning to build some homes around the cemetery, and they accidentally got into it. And we've got a little bit of coverage from the local news affiliate there regarding what happened there. Let's see if we can go to that reporter really quick.
Down mulch. Last Wednesday, a construction inspector noticed the fencing was down and workers were grading the site. The town issued a stop work order. And because this is also a cemetery protected by law, police were called. The cemetery is so old there were no headstones, but small, rough-cut stones marking the graves had been removed.
Son of a bitch, you moved the cemetery, but you left the bodies, didn't you? You son of a bitch, you left the bodies and you only moved the headstones! You only moved the headstones!
I'm sorry.
I knew it!
I can never resist that clip. I can never resist that clip.
I knew it. I knew that was coming, and I didn't even know yet. Oh.
Yeah.
So, what's going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah. So
So, can I tell you a story?
So real estate's going to go cheap there in North Carolina pretty soon, I think. What's
Can I
that?
tell you a story in North Carolina? A
Yeah,
story
go
about
ahead.
a house that's right in Westport, Massachusetts that's no longer there. This thing couldn't be sold. And when it was like, and it was on the news over and over and over again how haunted it was, how crazy it was.
Oh, that's right. I remember you saying that.
How controlled
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
electricity was in this freaking house to the point when they finally bulldozed the house. It is no longer there. I drive by now, we just moved back to the area, and I drive by and I think of that house every time, and I think about that area.
Right.
And I wonder if there's any stuff going on.
Didn't they have a bunch of ghost hunters and stuff? Go there and check it out and everything?
It was so popular. It was on the nightly news. People refused to they had to bulldoze it. And there is a small cemetery to the back of that area. I could drive you by it. Ooh, creepy.
We should do that for Halloween.
Halloween. You can do it anytime.
No, but I'm saying especially around Halloween is when you go and like,
creepy is creepy.
the veil's the thinnest, all that stuff.
You're married to me. You know that. Every day's creepy time.
She has like literally like a death or a haunting report or something to tell me every day from some family member somewhere in New England.
Well, it is New England.
You know who died? and then it goes on and on and on.
Imagine if I was in Old England.
Yeah, I guess they're kind of haunted out
like
there too.
All day long, I'd have reports. Ooh, another ghost. Another one. Yeah.
So there was an airline, United Airline flight that was headed to, I believe it was San Francisco.
Right.
Might have been. Anyway, it was diverted.
Why? What happened?
They had to pull the plane over because in Denver, when they sat down in Denver, apparently they forgot to clean the toilets out.
Forgot to clean the toilets.
So the toilets were literally backing up on the plane.
Really?
So they had like divert the flight. I guess there's a bunch of stuff sloshing around back there and stuff.
I never realized. Yeah, but that it could be a terrible
And then
problem.
so you had to go and land the plane. They had like, and they gave everybody like 10,000 frequent flyer miles and all sorts of stuff because they had to inconvenience them. I think they were going to go to Seattle and they had to stop in San Fran or something like that.
That is a good poop inconvenience. I can tell you that right now.
You like that?
Yeah.
But the thing is, who's the person that discovered that the toilets are backed up?
The guy who had to use it. It's probably named Davin. He's probably going. Because he's the one who always, come on, honey, come on. They just took the seatbelt sign off. Jeez. Didn't you go in the airport, Davin? Really? You have to go stink up the
That's
plane.
right. I go wherever I can go because I like to use other people's stuff. Speaking of having to go to the bathroom, McDonald's is setting a goal of recycling. Their goal is to be 100 sustainable packaging by the year 2025. 100% sustainable packaging. So everything will be total recycled materials at McDonald's.
So will be the people that go to McDonald's to eat.
And along with the food as well, totally recyclable.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm thinking it's going to slowly turn into the chum bucket. and if you don't get that reference, SpongeBob.
Then we don't want to know you.
Yeah, and you probably won't want to hang out with me.
That's all I got to say about that.
Let's just put that right there.
If you don't get the reference, we don't want to know you.
Look it up if you want to be my friend.
Right. If you don't, then that's fine.
If you want to be me chum, look it up. All
right.
That's kind of how I run my life, isn't it?
What's that?
Just one big SpongeBob episode.
Everything's a SpongeBob reference.
And it makes me feel good. And, that's okay. There are worse things.
Truly.
So how do you feel about the news today? I didn't want to go there, but I want to go there. Just briefly. We don't have to mention.
Let's do that tomorrow on the show. We got to go get
But
Izzy
how do you
and
feel
stuff.
about it?
How do I feel
Actually,
about
they're dropping
which?
them home.
Okay. Well, how do we feel about what news? Which
Any
news?
of it. All of it.
Every day, it's like a new sickening headline that makes my stomach turn, no matter what.
We don't have to talk about any of it.
No, it's like just the news in general is just so ridiculous. It's like, how is this happening?
Yep.
How are we still living in this?
And basically, why I asked you that is because I want to end, I think a segment whenever we do something is basically don't be a turd, be nice to someone today. Because really, the news is pretty devastating no matter where I look. Someone is suffering in our country, everywhere. And if you're not, you're probably going to be next. So be nice. Be nice. Be nice to someone.
If possible.
No.
Or
always.
not.
Always. There's
Always?
always a chance. There's always a chance.
What about the photographers trying to be nice to those obese people?
No.
Trying to thin them out
Do
a little
your
bit.
job, photographer.
Just saying.
You know what would have been nice? I would have been like, oh, they're kind of, they like to eat. I would have been like, do you like to, where do you like to go to eat? Where do you guys go now that you're married or you're going to be married? They'd be like, Applebee's. We like Applebee's. And so, take the picture, right? She wants to do something nice.
Yeah.
An Applebee's certificate for them because they just got married.
That's
being nice. Don't erase the fat tissue. How about maybe their salads are delicious at Applebee's? How about that?
Applebee's. You're going to send people to Applebee's.
No.
That's your choice.
I don't go to.
Okay.
But maybe they do because they're in Ohio. I picked the biggest.
People?
No. Franchise.
Okay.
They are in Ohio.
Yeah.
Or Steak and Shake.
Yeah.
Is in Ohio. Everything. Everything's in Ohio.
And they know it.
They know it.
All right. Are we done
It's
bagging on
well-rounded.
Ohio? This is supposed to be live in New England, and you're just spending the whole time bagging on Ohio.
And then high in the middle.
All right. It's going to do it for us. We're going to get out of here for now. If you like what you see, Please comment and follow us. But click see first on the feed whenever you go to follow.
Right.
And this will pop up and you won't miss our shows because we have a lot more funny stuff, some really crazy stuff we're going to be talking about next time on the show.
That's right. And also, of course, at any time, you can put your comments below if you want any subject or
whatever you got on your
place in
mind.
New
We're gonna talk about some more hard-hitting stuff, and we'll be doing some live things from all around New England and showcasing new artists coming on the show as well.
That's my favorite. I love when we have musical.
Yeah, it's going to be really cool. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. It's going to do it for us for right now, and we will see you next time. Bye.